The Chief Minister is in the waiting room, sir. The Delhi Lieutenant Governor's residence becomes the unlikely site of the Kejriwal government sit-in protest. We explain what led to this impasse. Rahul Gandhi will stand trial for defamation. The Congress president had in a 2014 speech held the RSS responsible for Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. And is cockroach milk the next superfood? Yikes. It's Wednesday, June 13th. In the waiting room at Raj Niwas, the official residence of Delhi's Lieutenant Governor, you will find the Chief Minister staging a sit-in. Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal may only be a few rooms down the hall, but the AAP claims he is unresponsive, and so Chief Minister Kejriwal and cabinet colleagues tweeted him gentle reminders. The Chief Minister and his ministers will leave only if their demands are met, namely, get IAS officers to call off their strike, proceed against those who stall work, invoke the Essential Services Maintenance Act or ESMA if necessary, and give the nod for doorstep delivery of rations. Wait, are IAS officers indeed striking work in Delhi over the last 4 months? If so, why? The 3-year-old Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has had a fraught relationship with the bureaucracy. But things came to a head in February this year when Chief Secretary Anshu Prakash claimed he was assaulted by 2 MLAs from the Aam Aadmi Party at Chief Minister Kejriwal's residence. 2 MLAs were arrested and later released on bail. Since then, the AAP government alleges there has been administrative chaos. IAS officers have stopped functioning, and the government released this list to underscore how public work is being affected. The Delhi government claims the strike is at the behest of the Lieutenant Governor and the Modi government at the centre.
एक अफसर ये कह रहा है उनकी कोई डिमांड नहीं है। एक अफसर ये कह रहा है कि एलजी हाउस से राजनिवास से धमकियां मिल रही हैं अफसरों को कि अगर तुमने स्ट्राइक तो खत्म की तो तुमको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। ये सारी की सारी स्ट्राइक सारे अफसर कह रहे हैं प्राइवेट में, सारी स्ट्राइक पीएमओ के कहने से एलजी साहब कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं, एलजी साहब एंकर कर रहे हैं।
Now, the Aam Aadmi Party also questions why the Delhi police, which functions directly under the central government, is yet to file a charge sheet in the alleged assault case. At the heart of the matter, though, is the issue of just who runs Delhi, resulting in the demand for full statehood. The scope for chaos is provided by Delhi's unique administrative hierarchy. In 1992, Delhi was allowed an elected legislative assembly with a chief minister and a council of ministers. This made the national capital part state, part union territory. But the Delhi government has no control over law and order and land. The Union Home Ministry deals with law and order, which is to say the Commissioner of Delhi Police reports to the Lieutenant Governor. The Delhi Development Authority, or DDA, which owns a major chunk of land in Delhi, comes under the Union Urban Development Ministry. The Lieutenant Governor is the chairman of DDA. New Delhi, which houses all government buildings and embassies and other diplomatic missions, is under the purview of the New Delhi Municipal Council, which comes directly under the centre. The municipal body called the Delhi Cantonment Board comes under the Ministry of Defence. The MCD was trifurcated in 2012 into municipal corporations of North, South and East Delhi. A bureaucrat under the Delhi government oversees coordination between the municipal bodies and the state. Now, the multiplicity of agencies and the lack of control over decision-making is what successive governments in Delhi, including the Kejriwal government, have claimed affects their ability to govern. So how have courts viewed the matter? In 2016, the Delhi High Court ruled that the Lieutenant Governor is the administrative head of the national capital. The challenge to that ruling is now with the Supreme Court Constitution Bench. Where does the demand for full statehood stand, and what are the challenges? The demand for statehood for Delhi was interestingly made rather vociferously by the BJP through the 1990s. More recently, the Aam Aadmi Party drafted a bill for statehood called the State of Delhi Bill 2016 and put it up in the public domain for suggestions. Interestingly, the draft bill allowed the New Delhi Municipal Council area to remain in the control of the centre, even though it wanted control of land in other areas of the city. Questions were raised about whether such an arrangement would be viable and generate enough money to sustain the city. While Kejriwal has said that Delhi generates 1.3 lakh crore as tax revenue but gains only 350 crore in return, Delhi is actually a big beneficiary of the centre's tax revenue allocation model. For example, 30% of the Union Urban Development Ministry's budget is allocated for infrastructure in Delhi alone, a luxury no other state enjoys. Around the world, many efficient capital cities remain federal units under the central government. Some, like Washington, D.C., have even less autonomy than Delhi does. The opposite is also true, for example, the city-state of Brussels. Now, seemingly staking everything on statehood, Chief Minister Kejriwal, somewhat dramatically on Monday, even said,
और आज मैं आपको कह रहा हूं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को कहना चाहता हूं, लोकसभा चुनाव के पहले दिल्ली को पूर्ण राज्य का दर्जा दे दो, दिल्ली का एक-एक वोट तुम्हारे पक्ष में पड़ेगा, हम तुम्हारा प्रचार करेंगे.
Watch this space for more. Rahul Gandhi will stand trial in a case of defamation filed against him by an RSS worker. A local court in Maharashtra on Tuesday framed charges against the Congress president. What's the case about? In a speech in 2014, Rahul Gandhi had held the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh responsible for the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. In July 2016, the Supreme Court had said Rahul Gandhi could apologize or stand trial for the defamation case. The court said Rahul Gandhi should not have resorted to collective denunciation of an organization and will have to face trial in the defamation case against him if he doesn't express regret. The bench said, "We have held it may be historically correct, but the fact or statement has to meet the test of public good. You cannot make a collective denunciation." Rahul Gandhi's lawyers argued that whatever he said was on the basis of government records and on the basis of a judgment of the Punjab and Haryana High Court. The Supreme Court bench responded saying the High Court judgment only says Nathuram Godse was an RSS worker and added that Godse killed Gandhi. Godse killed Gandhi and RSS killed Gandhi are two different things. Rahul Gandhi had refused to tender an apology and said he would present evidence in the trial court to support his claim. From announcing that mainland United States is within striking distance of his country's missiles in his New Year 2018 address, North Korean leader Kim Jongun has travelled a distance. At the end of what had been billed a historic summit, the first ever meeting between a US president and a North Korean leader, an agreement was signed, which has been described as not differing greatly from the agreement issued by Kim and the South Korean President Moon Jae-in after their meeting on the southern side of the demilitarized zone at the end of April. Reuters quoted a senior fellow of Washington's Foundation for Defense of Democracy's think tank as saying it is unclear if further negotiations will lead to the end goal of denuclearization. This looks like a restatement of where we left negotiations more than 10 years ago and not a major step forward. India, meanwhile, welcomed the summit between the two leaders but underlined concerns about proliferation linkages in India's neighbourhood. Viewer discretion is advised. The following story speaks widely of cockroaches and humans consuming their secretions. So consume at your risk. The story we mean. Cockroach milk, it turns out, could be superfood. Wait, let's read on. Isn't it just mammals who produce milk? Yes and no. Turns out the female Pacific beetle cockroach, or Diploptera punctata, found in Asia, Australia and Hawaii, produces a nutritious liquid for their young. It's not exactly like mammalian milk, but it is quite similar. Basically a postnatal fluid secreted as crystals to nourish the cockroaches' 50 or so little ones. And it's some nourishment. Each crystal of cockroach milk has 3 times the energy of an equivalent mass of cow milk. This was first realized in a 2016 paper titled Structure of a Heterogeneous Glycosylated Lipid-Bound In Vivo Grown Protein Crystal at Atomic Resolution from the Viviparous Cockroach Diploptera punctata. Or in English, cockroach milk crystals have essential fats, proteins made of all 20 amino acids, carbs, and are superfoods. All ready to buy some? Well, you can't. Collecting cockroach milk is a bit more complicated than milking a cow, since these bugs don't exactly excrete milk. To extract the crystals, one would have to kill a pregnant cockroach, slice it open, remove the embryos, and then collect the milk crystals with a pipette. Moreover, you'll need at least 1,000 cockroaches to harvest 100 grams of the milk. So, it's going to be a little while before someone figures out the logistics. If you're still yearning for creepy crawlies, check out this ento milk or insect-made ice cream. They promise it's tasty, but we can't vouch if it'll be appetizing. Stay healthy, and we'll meet you back here tomorrow.